Liz, it's Alyssa Corm and Ed Carson here with your market update. It is Monday, October 15th. On today's show, we are taking a look at 4 stocks that have their relative strength lines that are at or near highs, which is something that's very key with the current market conditions that we're seeing.
Absolutely.
All right, well, taking a look at the major indexes right now, we do have the Dow trying to break into positive territory, up about 0.1% right now. The NASDAQ leading the losses, down about 0.8%, and the S&P 500 is down about 0.25%. So looking at the S&P 500 chart, that key 200-day line is the level to watch here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fighting for that resistance. You know, it came back on Friday along with the Dow. The S&P just barely went over that. It's coming back down. That's a key level. I mean, it's obviously a stock market correction. You know, so Friday's move was nice, but you need to see a lot more than that. And this is just one day. You know, we'll see how today it turns out. It's still volatile, up and down, but investors should probably be staying on the sidelines and just looking for good stocks for the future uptrend, rather than saying, boy, I want to jump right in.
Exactly. Now it's a great time to build your watch list, so that way you can get right back in when the tone shifts back into the uptrend.
Absolutely.
And we want to take a look at UnitedHealth heading into its quarterly earnings report tomorrow morning. Shares are up about 0.7% heading into that report. Now, even though it's below its 50-day line, the relative strength line is at a high. So can you tell our audience a little bit about what that metric is and why we like to look at it?
Yeah, the RS line, it's a relative strength line. It compares a stock's performance versus the S&P 500. So it's really, is the stock leading or lagging the market? And in a down market, the RS line, if you can find stocks that are, that RS line that are rising, hitting new highs like UnitedHealth is, really a good sign, because these might be the ones that lead the market going forward. Now, just because they're doing well now, it could be if the correction goes on for a while, that some of these stocks are might break down. So there's not a guarantee, oh, it's holding up today, it's going to hold up tomorrow. That's not the case. But it's definitely something to be looking at right now.
That's right, and earnings are expected to rise 24% on a 12% rise in sales, so we will have to watch and see how those earnings stack up tomorrow.
And one more point is that a lot of the HMOs are doing very well. Centene,
That's
a lot
right.
of other, so this is a group. That's another positive for UnitedHealth, but the group is doing very well.
Exactly. Centene was our new America this week. You can check out that article online at investors.com. And we also will have earnings tomorrow morning from Domino's Pizza. Ticker there is DPZ. Those shares are down about 0.5% heading into that report. It is holding within a base pattern here, and analysts are expecting earnings to grow 36%, while revenue is expected to jump 23%. Now, those are about in line with the growth that we saw on the top and bottom line last quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a solid performer. Maybe it's going to even benefit from the Papa John's, problems they've been having. The stock is holding a little bit below its 50-day, but it's in a base-on-base pattern. And the RS line, it's not at a new high, but it's doing relatively well. Definitely one to look at. A lot of restaurants and retail names are doing pretty well right now.
Exactly. Even though it's not at a new high, it's been trending higher over the last week when we've seen the volatility that we've been seeing.
Yeah, that's nice action.
Exactly. And elsewhere in the restaurant space, Wingstop is looking strong. Ticker is Wing. Shares are up 2.6% today in heavy volume. Could hit a new closing high, if not a new all-time high. Really strong relative strength line here, holding above that 50-day line. And speaking of watch lists, this was in our stocks to watch column over the weekend in the IBD Weekly and at investors.com. So lots of great opportunities for you to find stocks to build your watch list.
Absolutely. And you don't really have to look at the RS line to realize this stock is doing pretty well.
Right.
But it really is impressive. It's been hitting highs and really powering higher. This is really one of the very top stocks right now.
And Canopy Growth is standing out in the marijuana space. Those shares are up 7% in heavy volume today. A lot of these marijuana stocks have been consolidating now after a considerable run up for a few of them here. So maybe some potential bases and buy points forming soon. And this all comes right ahead of the recreational legalization in Canada.
Yeah, that happens on Wednesday, so who knows? I mean, that could be a buy the rumors, sell the news. So, it'll probably be a catalyst in some way. These stocks, after some wild action, they're consolidating. I mean, Canopy might actually have a base after another week or so. Keep in mind, still pretty wild and volatile action. It's a down market overall. These companies don't have that much in the way of revenue, and they do not make any money. So those are all big, real concerns. But, for those who have been really excited about this space, it's looking a little better than it was a few weeks ago.
That's right. Definitely an interesting space to watch. All right, everyone. Be sure to head to investors.com throughout the trading day and after the close for all the latest market news and analysis. And check us out across social media from Facebook to Twitter to YouTube and Instagram. Thanks for joining us, and see you back here tomorrow.